Hey there, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel. My name is Romy, and today I'm painting my monthly bullet journal cover and setting it up for the upcoming month of June.
Pastel pink in the sunset. You know I never wanna make you upset.
This month, as last month, I decided to use my Himi Jelly Gouache set to paint my cover, and this time I decided to paint the whole background with a bright pale orange because I feel that the black was not appropriate for the summery sort of vibes I was going for. Plus, I wanted a good contrast for the subject I had in mind for the theme. While my beautiful background was drying, I went on and did the grid for my monthly calendar, same as I did last month. I am really liking using this simple grid as a monthly log because it doesn't really take up too much space and it has just enough space to put in my daily appointments and birthdays and so on. As soon as my calendar was ready, my background was all dried up, so I started to put down some roundish red blobs that will turn in some strawberries. I have decided to paint them this month because I have a big bush of wild strawberries in my garden, and lately it has been a daily ritual for me and my kids to go out and pick some of them. Well, actually not picking them, we eat them because they never really get to the house. But yeah, I also think they are really beautiful and fun, a fun subject to paint. And I don't think I actually ever draw or painted them before, so yeah, that's it. I am really loving getting to paint my bullet journal cover every month. It's turning to a sort of a black sketchbook for me where I get to experiment without too much pressure. Not that I put too much pressure on myself lately, because I am really working on going with the flow and not worrying too much about the results and enjoy the process, basically, especially when related to art. But to be honest, that is not always the easiest thing to do. But for some reason, these covers I am able to do that and take it as what it is, just a cute cover for my monthly planners, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Anyways, enough chatter there. After my red blobs were all dried, I started roughly painting in some leaves using a mid-tone of green. After the leaves, I've started painting some spots on the strawberries using a dark pink, which I think really looks beautiful on the red. And after that, I went in and painted some shadows underneath each strawberry using a dark orange, which helped getting them to pop from the page and make them a bit three-dimensional. Yeah, they're basically trying to get some dimension, you know, which now they do a bit more, but no, I think it's three-dimensional. Because, or is it three-dimensional? Enough of that. Never mind, I'll ask Alexa later. So after that, I went in with some dark brown and went over my pink spots to put in the seeds of the strawberries. Sorry about my head popping in there a few times, but when I do details, I really need to fight the urge of putting my nose on the paper. Yeah, my sight is not the greatest. I hope it's not too distracting. And Anyways, I went on and worked on the leaves using a pale green and a darker green to put in some lights and shadows and give them some depth. I waited for the brown paint to dry and then I put some yellows on the seeds as well, and after that I used white paint to put some light on my strawberries, and finally I added some shadows on them using a darker value of the red hue. I really like how they turned out in the end. I also like the color palette I used. I think is a very well-rounded one, so I'm pretty happy with the result of the cover. Obviously, the hardest part is yet to come, and that is writing the month name. For me, is the thing I struggle with the most. It might sound silly to someone, but that's how I feel, so yeah. I used a very light orange Posca pen to write the month down. And looking back at the footage now, I really liked the ton sur ton effect it had. I obviously went and ruined it with the black fine liner, but yeah, I'll keep that in mind for next time, I guess. Once I got my cover finished off, I went on to the setting up of my planning/tracking bullet journal part, and this month I decided to add a page to my minimal setup where I want to track my Instagram posts and YouTube videos. And the next one is, as always, dedicated to establish my goals and track my accomplishments. I really feel this page, if used correctly, can be a very big uplift. Obviously, if you don't put too much pressure on yourself and actually try to be kind to yourself for a change. Up next comes the page where I plan out all my workouts at the beginning of the month, so I don't have time or need to think about it. After this, I left a space for a to-do list where I only note down things that I have to do that are not normally part of my routine. And as last page of my setup, I always leave my fun memories page because they often turn into 2 pages, and I really hope they will again this month. And this is it. This will be my June setup. I hope you liked it and that you find it helpful in some way. If you did, please leave a like. I really appreciate it. And if you are still here, tell me down in the comment what is your favorite page for your own bullet journal setup, if you have one, of course. As always, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and also to activate the notification bell down below so you don't miss my future videos. I hope you will have an amazing month of June, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!